Henry Louis Gates Jr., or Skip, as is known to friends and family and colleagues, was born in Piedmont, West Virginia in September 1950. He earned his BA in history from Yale University in 1973 and his MA and PhD in English literature from Clare College at the University of Cambridge in England in 1979. He taught at Yale between 1976 and 85, Cornell between 85 and 89, and Duke Universities in 1989 and 91. Gates is now the Alphonse Fletcher Professor at Harvard University, one of only 24 professors of such rank at Harvard. The rank of university professor is reserved for the most highly accomplished members of the Harvard Professoriate. Over the past 3 decades, Gates has emerged as a major force in the American academy. Indeed, no other individual has done more to elevate and center the study of African American literature and history in the United States. At Harvard, he assembled the most distinguished group of African American academics in the United States, the so-called Dream Team of Kwame Anthony Appiah, Cornel West, William Julius Wilson, Larry Bobo, and Jamaica Kinnaird. Not since the mid-century, 20th century New York intellectuals has a group of intellectuals been so dominant in the American public discourse. At Harvard, he chaired the Department of Afro-American Studies as it expanded into a Department of African and African American Studies. It transformed an almost non-existent department into the only one full professor into a top-ranked, internationally acclaimed department with a doctoral program. The author of many books of literary criticism and African American history, and a director of the Harvard W.E.B. Du Bois Institute for African and African American Research, now the Hutchins Center. Gates has been a pioneer in African American studies for decades. His recognition for his path-breaking work came in the form of the MacArthur Genius Grant in 1981. His book, The Signifying Monkey, A Theory of African American Literary Criticism, a landmark in African American literary studies, won the American Book Award in 1989 and cemented Gates' position as the leading African American literary theorist of his generation. His other books include Loose Cannons, Notes on the Culture of Wars in 1992, The Annotated Uncle Tom's Cabin in 2006, Colored People, his 1994 memoir on his childhood in West Virginia called The Future of Race with Cornel West, and The 13 Ways of Looking at a Black Man in 2002. Gates discovered in 2002 the first known novel by an African-American woman, The Bondwoman's Narrative by the fugitive slave Hannah Crafts. Together with Appiah, Gates edited in print and digital form the book called Africana, which is an encyclopedia of African and African American experience. He thereby fulfilled W.E.B. Du Bois' dream of publishing an encyclopedia of the people of African descent and African American people. He also co-edited the eight-volume biographical encyclopedia, African American volume, in 2008. Over the past 7 years, he also co-edited with David Beinman the 10-volume Image of Black in the Western Art, which documents the representations of people of African descent since antiquity. He is also the general editor of the Dictionary of African American Biography, the Dictionary of African Biography, and Dictionary of Caribbean and Afro-Latin American Biography. Gates' influence extends beyond the academy. A true public intellectual, he has created several documentary films, including Wonders of the African World, African American Lives, Faces of America, Black in Latin America, Black America Since Martin Luther King, and Still I Rise, and The Finding Your Roots. His 6-part PBS documentary series, The African Americans, Many Rivers to Cross, which he put together in 2013, and he produced and hosted, earned the Emmy Award for Outstanding Historical Program. He also won long form as well as the Peabody Award, including the Alfred L. DuPont Columbia University Award and the NAACP Image Award. Among these accolades, Gates didn't relent. He continued and produced his latest film, which is a 6-hour PBS documentary, African American Civilization, in 2017. His public journalism is extensive. He's a regular contributor to such leading publications as The New Yorker, The New York Times, and Time, and serves as chairman of TheRoot.com, a daily online magazine he co-founded in 2008, whilst overseeing Oxford American Studies Center, the first comprehensive scholarly online resource in the field. He has also received grant funding to develop a Finding Your Roots curriculum to teach students science through genetics and genealogy. Gates is a member of the American Academy of Arts and Letters and serves on a wide array of boards, including the New York Public Library, the NAACP Legal Defense Fund, the Aspen Institute, Jazz at Lincoln Center, the Whitney Museum of American Art, the Library of America, and the Brookings Institution. He has also been on Time's 25 Most Influential Americans list in 1997, Ebony's Power 150 list in 2009, and Ebony's Power 100 list in 2010 and 2012. The recipients of 55 honorary degrees and numerous prizes, Gates became the first African-American scholar to be awarded the National Humanities Medal. The White House awarded him the National Medal of Honor. When historians document the study of people of African descent, Henry Louis Gates Jr. will be remembered as one of the most influential African-American scholars ever, even surpassing Du Bois in his institution building. From his influential contributions to literary criticism, the study of the African-American literature and its origins in African literary traditions, his mastery of the documentary and film forms to narrate, memorialize, and archive African and African-American life as a leading, and as well as a leading public intellectual of his time, is befitting that the University of the Witwatersrand, Johannesburg, bestow on Henry Louis Skip Gates an honorary doctorate degree.